Good day guys, welcome back. Hope you guys are well and healthy, and in this video we are going to talk about one of the famous ETF in Australia called iShares S&P 500 ETF with the ticker code IVV. This video is a response to our friend who asked the question, the difference between investing in IVV in New York Stock Exchange through stake or buying it IVV straight on ASX, the one that is listed in Australia. And for some of you who is not familiar with Stake or Hello Stake, it's another online brokerage account that allows you to trade in ASX and also New York Stock Exchange for very low fees. So the first part of the video, we're going to compare the returns. And after that, we're going to talk about the additional fees of investing in foreign stock exchange. So let's get into it. Blackrock's iShares IVV, listed in ASX, was incepted around November 2008. And since the second half of 2018, the fund has become an Australian domicile ETF, whereas IVV, that is listed in New York Archipelago Stock Exchange, was incepted in May 2000. Now, the first comparison is the expense ratio, the management fee. Both of them offer really low fees. For the ASX listed IVV, the management fee is about 0.04% per year, whereas the New York listed IVV has a management fee of 0.03% per year. So it's not a big difference in management fee, but the website is different. The Australian listed IVV has a website from Blackrock.com, whereas New York listed IVV has all of the information in iShares.com. And if you compare the 13-year period unit price growth for the ASX listed IVV and New York Stock Exchange listed IVV, Australian IVV has an average return per year about 12.5% for the past 13 years, whereas New York listed IVV has about 13.8% unit price growth for the past 13 years. But we can't actually do that comparison because of the foreign exchange factor, and also ASX IVV only become Australian domicile ETF after the second half of 2018. So let's do the comparison from November 2018 to November 2021, so about 3 years. So in November 2018, the unit price for ASX IVV was about 378 Australian dollars, and after 3 years he has grown to about 639 Australian dollars, which on average is about 19.1% unit price growth for that particular period. And on the right here we have New York listed IVV. In November 2018, the unit price was about 275 US dollars, and after 3 years it has grown to about 469 US dollars, or about 19.4% unit price growth on average per year for the past 3 years. So about 0.3% unit price growth, which is not very big. And the thing is, investing in foreign stock exchange, it can potentially cost more. Here are some of the investment costs that you need to make sure that you understand what's happening. The first one is foreign tax. BlackRock's changed the structure for ASX IVV into an Australian domicile ETF so that Australian investors don't need to complete the US tax form called W8BEN. And the point of that tax form is that Australia and the US government has an agreement for the tax information. So if you fill out that form, you may potentially pay lower tax. And you can read this description from BlackRock's website. And Hello Stake also give out information about W8BEN forms, and apparently they charge $5 US in the beginning, which I think is quite cheap compared to other broker, but it may change in the future. So let's compare the distributions for the past 3 years. Is it similar or is it different? Remember from our previous example, we bought ASX IVV at 378 per unit, and after compiling all of the quarterly distributions for the past 3 years, average dividend yield for the past 3 years is about 1.95% for the ASX listed IVV. And if you add them up with the unit price growth for the past 3 years of 19.1%, it comes up to about 21% for the total average return for ASX IVV. Now, with the New York listed IVV, the 3-year average dividend yield comes to about 1.6% yield per year for the past 3 years. And if you add them up with the unit price growth on average, about 19.4%, the total average return is about 21%. So it's pretty close. So obviously, investing in ASX is cheaper, means lower costs. Because the next cost is the foreign exchange. If you invest in the New York listed IVV, you have to convert your Australian dollars into US dollars. And for this example, we use the rate from HelloStake for about 70 basis points on deposit and withdrawal only. And foreign exchange fee can actually hurting your return because it may seem small, just 70 basis point, but I'll show you this example. Say you have 1,000 Australian dollars that you want to convert into US dollars. Official foreign exchange rate is about 75 cents for every 1 Australian dollars. And from the stake example, they charge 70 basis point or about 0.007. What that means is that you won't get the official rate of 0.75. You'll get the lower rate after the fee. So 0.75 minus 0.007 and you get 0.743 for your foreign exchange rate, and times that with 1,000 you get 743 US dollars. So the fee is about 7 US dollars. And if you take that into a percentage, it's about 0.93%. Whenever I see any fee that is larger than 0.5%, we need to be extra careful. I always criticize all the ETF that charges over 0.7% per year because it can hurt your return. Let's try the other way around. Say you have your 743 and you want to convert it back into Australian dollars. We use the same official foreign exchange rate of $0.75 for every 1 Australian dollars. And the fee is still the same of 70 basis point or 0.007. And your foreign exchange rate will be 0.75 plus the 70 basis point, and that equals 0.757, and 743 divided by 0.757, that equals about $981.50. So the fee is about $9.10. Or again, about 0.93%. So maybe it's a good idea to avoid too much foreign exchange transactions. So to sum it up, guys, the main difference is on the investment fee. Whenever you're investing in the foreign stock exchange, there will be more fee in the form of foreign tax or higher brokerage account, which I'm surprised with stake. They charge so cheap. I mean, $0. And also the foreign exchange fee. And guess what? You can be a champion investor. I'm talking someone who can turn $10,000 into $1 million in just 20 years by just investing in Australian stocks. For example, CSL. And if you're interested, you can watch this video